Welcome everyone to this Fleetwood Mac classic. This song sounds to me like it was recorded on a dobro, so I got mine out to give it kind of an authentic sound. Acoustic works great. The key to this song, it's in the key of E, but based on what he did in the recording is in the key of E, and it's capoed at the 2nd fret, and I'll touch on the tuning. But if you watch him in later years, they play it in the key of D. So if you see him playing it opened, he's got his two strings, the 6th and the 1st, tuned down a full step. So the tuning for this is you take your 6th string down to a D and your 1st string down to a D. And then you put a capo on the 2nd fret, okay? So it's like a double drop D, but we're capoed at the 2nd fret. So that gives us E, B, E, A, C sharp, and then E. Alright, so that's the tuning on the recording. I think the hardest songs to teach are finger pick songs, because do you show the fingers that you're picking with? Do you show the fretted? Do you do both? I can't do both. Some people can do that fancy stuff with screen and screen, but I can't. So we're going to deal with what I can do. And I'm going to talk to the strings as I pluck them, and I'll show you the chord shapes and what I'm doing. So to start out with, it'll be a D 7th shape. So it's kind of like a reverse of a D. I consider it like a reverse triangle. So on the 1st fret, we're going to speak to the capo as open. So on the 1st fret, we're going to have the 2nd string, and on the 2nd fret, we'll have the 3rd and 1st string. The strings will be plucking in the order we pluck. You might want to write the plucking down. This helps. And this is my notes right here. These are my plucking orders. So that's what I'm talking to when I teach you this. We've got 6, 4, 2, 3, 1. So the 4, 2, 3, 1 is kind of a back and forth, but the 6 starts it out. So we're going to pluck the 6th string, then the 4th string, then 2, and then 3, 1. So a little bit quicker. Okay, that's the first one, okay, and we're in that D 7th shape. Now the second plucking pattern is going to go 6, 3, 2, 3, and then we'll hit 2 and hammer on, okay? So when I say hammer on, we're going to be hammering on from the 1st to the 3rd fret. So I use my pinky for that. Again, that's why I want to kind of show you this. So this next picking pattern will be focusing after we hit the 6th string between the 3rd and 2nd. So it's a real basic intro. Those are the first two sets that you do. Now the first one repeats. So we're going to go 6, 4, 2, 3, 1 again. Okay, now this next pattern repeats a couple times, and it's 6, 4, 2, 3, 2, 3, and then 2 is going to be hammered on. So we're going to just add an extra 2, 3. And with the hammer on. Okay, so 6, 4, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, hammer on. Okay, and that hammer on's the same. So a little bit faster. One more time. Then we do that one more time. Okay. Now, for the 4th time through, we're going to do this just a little bit differently, and I think it's because it's overdubbed. We're going to kind of combine the 1st and 2nd pattern. So we're going to go 6, 4, okay? Then we're going to go 2, 3, 1, and then we're going to hit the 2nd string and hammer back on again. Then we're going to do the 3rd pattern again, which is 6, 4, 2, 3. Then we're going to do another 2, 3 with a 2 hammered on. Okay, then we're going to change and kind of go into a D shape. Now, I'm not playing a full D because we've got these tuned down. So you can play that open first string. So all we need are the second fret of the third string and the third fret of the second string for a D chord. And we're going to use our middle finger to use to pull off strings. So this last pattern will go 6, 4, and then 2. Then we're going to take the 5th string and strike at the 3rd fret and pull off to open. And then we're going to pluck at the same time the 2nd and 4th string. So we'll have this. And then you do a strike down. And I use my fingers to just kind of, and then deaden the strings. So it'll sound like this. One more time slow. So it'll sound like this. A little bit faster. That's how you get that change up, okay? Now the vocals come in. To start the vocals, what you do is you're going to pluck that same last pattern that you did. You're going to go 6, 4, and then 2 with the D shape. Then you're going to do your 5th string pull off from 3 and pluck the 4th and 2nd string. So it'll sound like this. Then we're going to slide on the 6th string. Okay, we're going to go up from the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th to the 5th fret. Okay, and what we do there is we're going to pluck 6, and we put our first finger also on the 5th fret. So we're going to pluck 6, 3, 1, 3, and then 1 again, but we're going to go to the 3rd fret. So it'll sound like this. One more time. Okay, then we're going to go into the 3rd fret, and we'll be fretting the 5th and 2nd string. Okay, I tend to use my ring and pinky because it's just comfortable for me, but you can use any fingers you want. So at this point, what we're going to pluck is 5, and then 3, 2, 3. Then we're going to take that 5th string down to the 1st fret, and we're going to pluck 5, 3, 2, and then come to the 6th string at the 3rd fret. So it'll sound like this. And then we're going to do the first pattern again, 6, 4, 2, with our pull-off. Okay, and then pluck the 4th and 2nd string together. Then we're going to do an upstrum. And then he's kind of into the pattern again, that upstrum. You're going to quickly go to 6, 4, 2 and pull off your 5. So you can see how it kind of flows into it. The second time through, it's a little bit different after you hit the 6th string here. You're going to do your pattern. You're going to go 6, 4, and 2. But we're not going to pluck or pull off. This is where he's going to change up and go into this lick. So it'll sound like this. Let's take it from the 3rd fret. So what he's doing is he's going into that D shape, plucking 6, 4, 2. And then we're going to slide on that 3rd string up to the 5th fret. 6 on the 2nd and 7 on the 3rd. So all together, I'll take it from the 3rd fret where we come down. That takes you into the chorus. Okay, for the chorus, what I do on the acoustic, and we'll get to it on the electric because it sounds like the electric, and when he plays it live, he's just barring across the 6th, 5th, and 4th string. That's an A chord. Rather than play our typical A this way, we're tuned down a step, so we have to play it like this. Okay, the 6, 5, 4. But you can, because you're on the 2nd fret, if you think of an A chord, you can put these two here. That's part of the A chord at the 5th fret because we're tuned down on the 6th string. Our 5th string is the E note. You can add, if you want, bar across the 1st and 2nd. What I do is just bar the 2nd string, but this is an A. When I play the electric, I do the top 3 strings, and that's what he does live. He's just playing the 6th, maybe you call him but live I see him play in the bottom 3 strings, the 6th, 5th, and 4th. You know, that's easier live, but on the recording I think he's doing more of an open chord. So I'm on the 5th fret on the 6th and 5th string, and I'm on the 2nd string at the 3rd fret. Again, we're speaking to the capo, so we're going to play that. Now we're going to go to our D form. Again, we're keeping that high string open. Then we're going to move our 2nd fret, 3rd string finger, we're going to move that up to the 5th string at the 1st fret. Okay? And then we come in, we're going to move up to the 3rd fret on the 5th string, and we're going to add the 1st string and pull off. You know, that's where they get that chorus sound there. And then they do it again. So that is the chorus throughout the song whenever they strum it. And again, if it's easier for you, play those bottom 3 strings. So when we come out of the chorus, what we're doing, I make it easy on myself. Rather than playing any kind of a shape, I'm just on the 2nd string, and I'm going to pluck 6, 4, and then when I hit the 2nd string, I'm going to be on the 3rd fret, and I'll pull off to the 1st fret. And actually I'm going between the 4 to 2nd, so I go 6, 4, 2, 4, 2. But again, I'm going from the 3rd fret to the 2nd fret. And then we're going to do the opposite. So 6, 4, 2, 4, 2, hammer on. Okay? So what it is so far. Then we're going to do kind of a mellow D shape where we go 6, 4, 2, and then we're going to do our pull off of the 5th string at the 3rd fret and pluck 4 and 2. And then we come back with that same pattern again, but a little bit harsher. And then a stop. So that's the pattern with the chorus and coming out of the chorus into the next verse. So my advice at this point is to write down the picking patterns as I spoke to them, remember the chord shapes, and just pluck through them, because that's the rest of the song.